Hi, morning. So today is our lesson 3, which is the last lesson for this week. Okay, and next week we are going to have another new schedule again, according to the latest timetable. So I will continue with lesson 3. Okay, so lesson 3 will cover try it 13, and also one of the question from exercise 2.5, which is question 10. Okay, so today our lesson will be try it 13 and one question from question 10. Okay, so you ready? Okay, so try it 13 in page 52. Okay, so Anis completed a journey of 4.5 km by walking for 30 minutes at a certain speed, and then by running another 25 minutes at a speed which is 2 km per hour more than the walking speed. Okay, it's quite a long sentence here. Okay, let's look at the last sentence. Find her walking speed in kilometer per hour. Okay, we don't know what is the walking speed. We let it be x. Okay, and then we go back to the first sentence. It's quite long. Okay, and we know that this question, this word problem is about speed. Okay, so it's about speed, time, distance. Okay, so if you remember your DST, distance is speed times time, or speed is distance divided by time, or time is equals to distance divided by speed according to this triangle. Okay, which you have done in year 8. Okay, let's go back to the question again. Alright, so we read part by part, yeah? Okay, so Anis completed a journey of 4.5 km. Okay, we know that the total journey, which the total distance, okay, the total distance here is 4.5 kilometer, total distance. Okay, so Anis completed the journey by walking and then running. Okay, so Anis is basically walking first. Okay, walking. Okay, so this is Anis. She's walking. And then she run. Okay, then she run. Okay, you read the question again. It says she's walking and then she's running. So altogether, it takes up 4.5 kilometer. Okay, a total of 4.5 kilometer. 4.5 kilometer. By walking for 30 minutes. Okay, so she's walking for 30 minutes first at a certain speed. Okay, this is the time. And then by running another 25 minutes, this is the time for her to run in 25 minutes time. Okay, so in this context, we need to change the time, minute, change to hour. Okay, why do we need to change to hour? Because look at the unit here for the speed. It's in kilometer per hour. So if it's in kilometer per hour, the time must be in hour. So the time here, 30 minutes, we need to change to hour by dividing by 60. So 30 divided by 60, I will write in fraction 30 over 60 hour. Okay, 30 over 60 hour. And the time for her to run is 25 over 60 hour. So we divided by 60 to change from minute to hour. Okay, alright. I write it in fraction. It's easier to see. It's easier to do for the next working later on. Okay, instead of writing divide and then you have a decimal places, is much easier to write in fraction anyways. Okay, so it says here that by running another 25 minutes at a speed which is 2 km per hour more than the walking speed. Okay, the walking speed here, the speed here is, for walking we don't know, so it's an unknown, which is x. Okay, it's x. And for the speed for her to run, Okay, you see I have a division here, means that this one is for walking, this one for her to run. Okay, so the speed for walking is x, we don't know, it's unknown. And the running at a speed which is 2 kilometer more than the walking speed, more than, so you plus 2. Okay, so it's more than the walking speed. The walking speed is x, and then the running will be x plus 2. It's increased 2 kilometer per hour. Okay, the sentence says so. Okay, so which is 2 kilometer per hour more than the walking speed. So the speed is x for walking, so the run, it will be definitely increased. Okay, x plus 2, because you are running, so the speed is actually more than the walking, so you plus 2. Okay, alright, so find her walking speed. Okay, so we have written down in a short table here, I mean in a table, as the try 13 questions quite long, so I already briefed it and written down in this form. Okay, so walking plus running, it will be 4.5 kilometer. Alright, so we have time and speed. Time and speed for walking, and for running also the same, time and speed. Okay, so we need to know the distance for each walking and running respectively. Okay, so to find this distance for walking, okay, distance for walking, it will be speed times time, according to the distance, speed, time again. So distance equals to speed times time. Okay, again this one, distance equals to speed times time. So speed times time. So the speed here is x, the time here is 30 over 60 hour. Okay, I don't write h because h is actually is a unit, so it's in hour. Okay, must change to hour. Why? Because the speed here is given from the question is kilometer per hour. Okay, it's not kilometer per minute. If kilometer per minute, then we don't need to change to hour. Okay, so the speed times time will become 30 over 60 x. Okay, okay, you can simplify, or you can choose not to simplify, because we haven't finished finding the final answer yet. Okay, so to find distance for running, also the same, speed times time. So the speed here is x plus 2. Okay, put bracket, and then times with the time. The time is 25 over 60 hour. Alright, so it becomes 25 over 60 times x plus 2 with bracket. Okay, alright. So we know that these two distance, the distance for walking and distance for running, it's total up 4.5, because this Anis completed the journey for 4.5 kilometer. So the distance for walking and distance for running, when we plus together, is equals to 4.5, right? So we combine these two, distance of walking, which is 30 over 60x, and then we plus together with the distance of running, is 25 over 60 times x plus 2, and it's total up of 4.5 kilometer. Okay, 4.5 kilometer. So now you try to solve this part here, the algebra part. Okay, you can pause the video and try to find the x, because x is eventually is the speed, the walking speed, the x. Okay, or you can pause the video and try to do it first. I will continue now. Okay, 30 over 60x. This one, when you expand it, it will become 25 over 60x plus 25 over 60 times 2 equals to 4.5. Okay, so this one will become, we put it in the single fraction, 30x plus 25x plus 50 over 60 equals to 4.5. Okay, I will continue here. So after that, I move the 60 to the other side, become times. So 30x plus 25x plus 50 equals to 4.5 times 60. So 30x plus 25x is 55x, and it's equals to 9/2 times 60, then minus 50 because you move the 50 to the other side, become minus, and you will get 220. Okay, so it's equals to x equals to 220 divided by 55 because you move the 55 to the other side, become divide. So your x is equals to 4. Okay, so find her walking speed. So her walking speed is the unknown x, which is 4. So we have found the answer. The walking speed for Anis is 4 km/h. Done. Okay, you can always rewind back to listen to the explanation once again. Okay, if you have any question, you can pause to the chat on your maths channel. You can post your question there. Okay, alright, so we continue with question 10 in page 54. Okay, page 54. Okay, it's question number 10. Okay, now can you please pause this video and try to do it by yourself first. Okay, you can spend your time copy the question into your notebook, and don't forget to try 13 into your notebook as well. Okay, you pause this video, take your time to copy this question and try to do it by yourself. Okay, after you have tried to do yourself, you can continue the video and watch the solution that I'm about to do it now. Yeah, okay, please try. Yeah, okay. Okay, so if you have already tried this, I'll explain to you this question number 10. Okay, to complete a journey of 14 kilometers, so the total is 14 kilometers. So this time is Ben. Ben ran for the first 30 minutes at a speed of V. So he's giving you the unknown now, which is V, and then cycled the remaining journey for 40 minutes at a speed which is 7 km/h more than his running speed. It's a long sentence again, just like your try 13. Okay, so we break it down into two parts where Ben run and cycle. Okay, so Ben running, okay, after that he cycled, okay, so you fill in the first 30 minutes. You do a table for this. Okay, so the whole journey is 14 kilometers. The total journey, which is the total distance, okay, for him to run and then cycle. Okay, so Ben run first 30 minutes, so the time here is 30 minutes. Now do we need to change to hour? Yes. Why? Because of the unit of speed given is km/h. Km/h, so it must be in hour. So we change the 30 minutes to hour. So it's 30 divided by 60, which I can write down as 30/60 hour. And then cycle the remaining journey for 40 minutes. So for cycle, 40/60 hour. Okay, so we have both the time already. Now, they give you the speed also, right? The speed for the running, for Ben to run, is v kilometer per hour. And the speed for cycling is what? Let's look back at this. 7 kilometer per hour more than his running speed. Okay, more than his running speed. So it means that the speed of running is v, and then more than, so you plus 7. Okay, plus 7. Okay, so you have done all this, the one sentence into this diagram, okay, or the table, right? Okay, so A, part 1. Write down an expression in terms of v for the distance he ran. Okay, for the distance. So we need to find out A, part 1, the distance he ran. So distance for running, for him to run, or distance he ran, past tense anyway, okay, is speed times time. Okay, speed times time. Speed is v, the time is 30 over 60 hour, so it's 30 over 60 v, or if we simplify it, it will become 1 over 2v. Okay, we can simplify it by cutting the 0, and like that, 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2, so 1 over 2v. Okay, that's for the distance for him to run. Okay, half v, and the unit is kilometer. Why is it kilometer? Because of the unit that is given in the speed is kilometer per hour, so it's in kilometer. Okay, so that's the answer for first part. And for second part, find the distance he cycled. So distance he cycled, also speed times time, and the speed is v plus 7 in bracket times with the time, which is 40 over 60. So it's a 40 over 60 bracket v plus 7, bracket as in times. Okay, and then after we simplify, we'll get 2 over 3 bracket v plus 7 kilometer. So we have unknown for both of these. Okay, alright, because the question say write down an expression in terms of v. So these are the expression in terms of v already, part 1 and part 2. Now let's look at part B. Part B, the question says, hence, form an equation in v and solve it. Okay, we have two questions in part B. Form an equation in v. How are we going to form this equation using this and this? Okay, so we go back again to the question. The question says total distance is 12 kilometer. The total distance is 12 kilometer. So the distance for running is half v. The distance for cycle is 2 over 3 v plus 7. And the total distance is 14. So we plus both of these. We plus it and it's equals to 14. Right? So half v plus 2 over 3 v plus 7 equals to 14. Okay? So we already answered the first part for B. Form an equation in v. So this is already the equation in v. Okay, and solve it to find his running speed. Okay, so the running speed eventually is v. It says here already, ran for first 30 minutes a speed of v. Okay, so we need to find v. So we need to solve this algebra here. So 1 over 2v plus, we expand this, 2 over 3v plus 2 over 3 times 7 equals to 14. Okay, so 1 over 2v plus 2 over 3v plus 14 over 3 equals to 14. Okay, so we solve this. 1 over 2v plus 2 over 3v is 7 over 6v. You can press calculator or you can do it manually by doing this times. Make the denominator same, so it's 6, 3 plus 4v, so it's equals to 7 over 6v. Okay, equals to 14 minus 14 over 3. We move this to the other side, become minus. So 7 over 6v equals to 28 over 3. You can press this in calculator or you can do it mentally or using working. Okay, so if I'm too fast, you can pause and you can try to think and do again. Okay, and you can continue. You can always pause and speed up or even rewind. Okay, so v is equals to 28 over 3 divided by 7 over 6. Okay, I move this 7 over v to the other side, become divide. Okay, so I get divide become times and then flip it, and then I simplify, become 8 kilometer per hour. This is the running speed of Ben, which is 8 kilometer per hour. We get the answer. Okay, so that's all for lesson 3. We have covered try 13 and question number 10. Okay, after you have finished number 10, you can always redo again to make sure you understand this question. Okay, you can redo by yourself without looking at the solution. That's how you learn. Alright, so we have finished our 2.5, unit 2.5. Next week we are going to the next subtopic, which is unit 2.6. Okay, that's all from me today. Thank you guys for listening from lesson 1 until lesson 3. Well done. All the best. Thank you guys.